Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mid Pokemaster here today. And today, we are going over our NSTL draft. This is a YouTube required league. It was a point draft. And me and It's Shade streamed the Pearl draft on his Twitch channel. Links will be down in the description for all the coaches and for the official Twitter. If you can't tell there's something different with this video, then I think you're blind because I got a webcam. That's the first time I've ever used a webcam, and I am super excited for this. I hope you all enjoyed my draft. I hope I explain everything to you, what you guys would expect me to. And I'm sorry if I keep looking down. I'm not used to looking directly at something. So just give me some time and I'll get used to this new setup. Soon, once I get my room cleaned up, I'm going to be moving my desk around to where my wall is just plain green, so I might be able to do a green screen. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. But if you guys are excited to see my first pick, let me pull up what pick I had. This is a YouTube upload league if I haven't said so already. So I'm just going to go double check and see what pick I had, because it wasn't the greatest. I had... Crap, I'm actually moving things around. Yeah, I'm not that good. I had pick number 8, which isn't the greatest. I mean, in a league like this where we allowed Aegislash, Landorus Incarnate with Sheer Force, Mega Latios, Mega Mawile. I mean, we had some broken stuff in, but yet I still got, in my opinion, a really great drafting. I got a real great round 1 pick. There's only 12 people, and this is an 11-week league with, I don't remember how playoffs works, but something different about this league is that there's a Pearl division and a Diamond division. Pearl division and Diamond division have two completely separate drafts, completely different battles, completely different playoffs. So, but if you won the Pearl Conference and the Diamond Conference, you will face the opposing champion of the conference against each other to see who the true winner of NSTL is. Now, honestly, I think I have a great team. So I'm really hoping that my team will make up for the lack of skill I have compared to these other players. So I can't wait to show you guys my first pick. I really wanted something like Tapu Koko, so with all this broken stuff allowed, like Hoop but Unbound, that I would have a chance to get Tapu Koko. When you have all these broken stuff allowed, I felt like there was a pretty great chance. So, but unfortunately, the pick before me, they drafted Tapu Koko, and it was heartbreaking. I was in the middle of school, and I see that I get added, and I was like, I wonder if Tapu Koko's still there. I look, and it's gone. But what I got was honestly, might have been even better. And my first pick is, as I zoom out my webcam, Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny's a great mon, 136 base attack, 135, 135 speed. Not great, doesn't have great other stats, but this thing has barely any switch-ins. It's a normal fighting type, but what you would think, wouldn't just a ghost type, just destroy this thing? It wouldn't be able to touch it. But that's not true at all. It has the ability Scrappy, so it can hit those ghost types with its normal fighting type moves. It has 65 HP, 136 attack, 94 defense, 54 special attack, 96 special defense, and 135 speed. This thing is one of the greatest mons out there, especially in the Mega tier. But this is point draft. So it costs 18 points, which is a lot, but that's just where all the great mons are. To give you an example of what else is 18 points, there's things like Celesteela, Hoop Unbound, Jirachi, Kieran Black, Landorus Incarnate, Landorus Therian, Manaphy. Mega Charizard X, Mega Latias, Mega Lopunny, and Mew, and Zygarde 50%. All of these are great mons, but most of those were taken by the time it got to me. So I decided, you know what? Let's go with the full power. I have a great friend named Dane who drafts Mega Lopunny every chance he gets, and I don't blame him. It's such a great wall breaker. It gets things like Fake Out so it can break Focus Ashes. It gets the strongest fighting type move in High Jump Kick. It gets Power Up Punch too as a way of setup, so if something's about to die, you can just Power Up Punch and kill it, so you get that free +1 attack and just sweep. It even gets some niche moves like Encore, so like if an opponent is setting up on you, you can run that, so then you can just go out and kill it if it thinks it can set up on you. It does good elemental punches. It doesn't have the greatest moves, like diversity, but it still has great moves. But just with its raw strength and speed, it kills most things. With things like Return, High Jump Kick, Drain Punch, all of the, the elemental punches like I just said. It can even run something like Cosmic Power to raise its defenses, which is honestly kind of cool. It can even get Baton Pass, which I think just makes this thing 10 times better, having something like that. It even gets T-Wave and Toxic, and it gets Work Up. This is a great mon, and I hope I can prove to you guys how much that I love Lopunny, Mega Lopunny. So the next mon I drafted, you might think doesn't really work the greatest with Mega Lopunny, but I think it's good. I think it's a great offensive mon, and its name is Salamence. I mean, Salamence is one of those great mons that is kind of underrated. Like, I know it's great, but at the same time, it's like people don't want to ever draft it that early, which always kind of blows my mind just because of how good it actually is. It has 95 HP, 135 attack, 80 defense, 110 special attack, 25 special defense, 80 special defense, and 100 speed. So, I already have 2 great speed tiers with 135 and 100. It gets abilities like Intimidate and Moxie, and it's a Dragon Flying type. I mean, so, most people know what Salamence does. It's been one of the most famous mons in existence since it's first been released. It gets things like Sea Fly, it can Dragon Dance, it can set up a sub, it can even normal fly. I can see that putting in work. It has great diversity, and it's not just its physical attacks that it's good. It's great in its special attacks too. So like, it gets things like Aqua Tail, it even gets Wish. I mean, it gets Draco Meteor, it even gets Defog and Tailwind. This thing can do so many different things that your opponent can't really prep exactly for what it's gonna do. And that's what I love about Salamence. It has so many different things it can do that your opponent can't exactly prep for it. It just has to make little checks here and there that can check those certain moves. I love Salamence, and I can assure you that it will be on the kill leaderboard by the end of the season. Next mon I drafted is something that I've always hated to face, so I drafted it a lot so I don't have to face it myself. And that mon, is Cresselia. Cresselia, some leagues have it banned just because it can just wall. It has 120 HP, 70 attack, 120 defense, 75 special attack, 130 special defense, and 85 speed. So it doesn't have the best offensive stats, but you don't need its offensive stats. You use it for its bulk. I feel like round 3 was perfect timing for it, because I felt like if I didn't grab it round 4, then it would get taken before it came back to me. Cresselia was something I didn't want to risk. In ladder, it is terrible, because you don't know what moves you have to bring. But in Draft League, it's amazing. It gets reliable recovery in Moonlight, gets Toxic, and I'm pretty sure T-Wave. It has a lot... Okay, I was about to mess it up. But it has a lot of diverse... It has a diverse move pool. It gets things like Sunny Day, Trick Room, Sidekick, Solar Beam. It can set up screens. It can even get Rain Dance. It even has Side Shock, so if your opponent's sitting up on you, you can copy the stat changes. And then there's Psycho Cut if you want to run physical. You can even run Natural Gift. Then there's Moonlight, Moon Blast. Then there's Icy Wind and Ice Beam. You get all the hidden powers. Gravity if you want to get something like a levitated user to get hit by ground moves, that could also work. It gets Grass Knot. I could see Future Sight putting in work. Then there's things like Energy Ball, and even gets Dream Eater. And it also gets Calm Mind if you want to set up in front of your opponent and just sweep them, because it won't be able to kill you in multiple hits. It has to be able to kill you in multiple hits. It can't just one-shot you. So if you get a Calm Mind up, you just kind of destroy it. Everything on their team. Sorry if you can't see my eyeballs, they're kind of non-existent most times. So, I love Cresselia, and it's one of the greatest mons in existence. Next mon I drafted is something I've always wanted to draft. Tangrowth. Tangrowth is one of those mons that you don't go into a draft thinking, you know what, I'm not going to grab Tangrowth. It's a great mon. It can do so many different things. It's one of the biggest OU threats, defensively and offensively. 100 HP, 100 attack, 125 defense, 110 special attack, 50 special defense, and 50 speed. I mean, what else do you need? It's a great Assault Vest user. It's a great way to check ground types and water types, which Megaloft didn't really want to deal with. It gets things like Amnesia if I want to raise my special defense. I've seen Ancient Power sets put in work if you get the boost. You can even run Body Slam to get that 30% chance to paralyze something. And you can run Brick Break to break through the screens of your opponent. What else does it get? It gets Energy Ball. There's a lot of Giga Drain sets. You get all the hidden powers. You can run Infestation Toxic, Rest Sleep Talk. That's like the most Wally set you can get, but I feel like it would work. You can get Leaf Storm. It gets Knockoff, my first Knockoff user. I don't know why Megaloft doesn't get Knockoff, but I guess if it did, it would be too broken. Had a smudge on my screen. But Tangrowth is my first knockoff user, which is essential in any draft for those Eviolite users that people like to run. This thing gets... I didn't even know this thing got Morning Sun. When did this thing get Morning Sun? It even gets Leech Seed, Psych Up like Cresselia. It gets Rock Slide and Rock Tomb if I want to hit something and lower its speed. It gets Sludge Bomb. This thing has such a diverse move pool that it's crazy. It gets Sub and Swords Dance and Synthesis. It has all different kind of ways to heal itself. Now, you would think this thing isn't as good because it has 50 special defense. But Assault Vest is great on this thing and it has Regenerator. So if you just switch out, you get healed. This is a great mon. And I don't know how many leagues I've gone into a draft to set. I will draft this thing round 3, and it gets taken start of round 3. So I've never got to draft this before, but I can't put into words how excited I am to be able to finally use Tangrowth. So, next mon I'm drafting is Donphan. I don't know how many times I've used Donphan. It's just one of my favorite mons. Great Rapid Spinner, great Stealth Rocker. Gets sturdy, so it can't get one hit KO if it's at full health. 90 HP, 120 attack, 120 defense, 60 special attack, 60 special defense, and 50 speed. This thing is great. I can even run Ancient Power. I can run Body Slam to see if I can get a paralysis. I can run Counter. I mean, Counter is one of those moves that you don't really prep for, but if your opponent hits you with it, you're kind of screwed. It gets Earthquake, great stab move. What else? I can get Endeavor. Endeavor Ice Shard with my Sturdy. You know, the most loved move, Fissure, always hits. And Gunk Shot for those fairy types. Even Gyro Ball. Even Head Smash. Yes, you heard me right. Head Smash. It gives things like Fire Fang for those steel types, hidden powers. Ice Shard for priority, which I absolutely love. It's Iron Defense, Iron Tail, Knockoff, Play Rough, Poison Jab, Rapid Spin, Roar to get rid of those setup sweepers. It can even set up itself with Rock Polish, which I have run before, and it is amazing. Then there's Seed Bomb. This thing has, like everything else I've said, it has such a wide move pool that there's a reason why in tier drafts it's said to be one of the greatest tier 3s allowed. I could see this thing being like a low tier 2. I would draft it there. It even gets something like Superpower and Sleep Talk and Toxic. This mon can do so many different things that's the reason I love it. It's my boy Reese's. When it's shiny, it looks like those Reese Puffs. So next mon I drafted, I can't believe it was still here. In round 6. Hit the wrong thing again. Whoopsie me. Galvantula. This team, I noticed my team was getting really slow here. So I decided this was the time that I should have some of those other speed tiers between 135 and 100. Because I don't want things like Coco being able to run Modest. I want to make it to where they have to run those positive speed natures so they don't get a nature that can increase their attack stats. So I drafted Galvantula. It has 70 HP, 77 attack, 60 defense, 97 special attack, 60 special defense, and 108 speed. One of the fastest mons out there, and everybody loves a good vote switcher. It's one of those necessities, because you want to get that momentum. You want to be able to switch into something something that can tank a hit while your opponent's about to send out. And you might not think, well, it has a 97 special attack. How is it supposed to hit hard with things like Thunderbolt? Well, the thing is, it's not going to run T-Bolt. It gets Compound Eyes, which raises, I think it's like, its accuracy by 30%. So you'll run things like Thunder, which get a 30% chance to paralyze. And what makes this mon really good, it has Sticky Web. If you don't know what Sticky Web does, it lowers any Pokemon that's grounded, so that doesn't have like Flying type or Levitate or Air Balloon. It lowers their speed by 1 stage. So it's like 0.67 of their natural speed, which is amazing because that can make things like Mega Lob outspeed Scarfers that would normally be able to outspeed it. You see this thing run things like Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, HP Ice. It can get agility. I've seen most people run Bug Buzz. I've seen some cool Charge Beam sets. Discharge is kind of useless. It gets Electro Ball because it's already faster than a lot of things. Energy Ball. I've seen some Gastro Acid sets to get rid of the target's abilities that it didn't like. Giga Drain. All the hidden powers. Then there's... what else is there? This thing doesn't have the greatest move pool, but it is still a great mon. Sticky Web. Yeah, there's not really much else it can do besides Volt Switch and gets Thunder Wave and Toxic, so it gets all those. And honestly, this mon's just great for what I wanted it to do, especially at 10 points. That's what I loved about it, that it was only 10 points. So next one I drafted in round 7, Salazzle. I do not know how Salazzle lasted this long. By the way, shout out to Smogun.com for having all the Pokemon stats and moves up here. Without this, Pokemon would be dead. Salazzle has 68 HP, 64 attack, 60 defense, 111 special attack, 60 special defense, and 117 speed. So I was trying to get that that above 115 speed tier so I can outspeed a lot of mons. And this thing is like a glass tank. It can't take very many hits, but it can destroy mons. It can just destroy mons that come in. And what makes it different than other fire types and poison types is that it has corrosion. That means it can toxic or poison any mon. Even if it's steel or poison type itself, it can still toxic or poison them. Which makes it great. So things like normally a Nidoqueen or a Nidoking would be a great switch in. Not if you're going to get toxic. This one's a great Z-move user. It gets things like Nasty Plot, Fire Blast, Sludge Wave, Hidden Power Ice. It's also a great Scarfer. This thing doesn't have like the most diverse move pool, but it does get things like Dragon Pulse, Fake Out, Flame Charge Flamethrower, HP. It's Nasty Plot. It gets Knock Off, which would be a cool thing to do. It can sub up. It has Willow. And if you have things already poison and toxic, you can Venom Drench. This mon can do so many different things, and it's just one of my favorite mons to use. So next mon I drafted is Registeel. This is another one of those mons that I've always wanted to use. It's crazy bulky, 80 HP, 75 attack, 150 defense, 75 special attack, 150 special defense, and 50 speed. It doesn't have the greatest move pool, but it can still do a lot. It can be physically or specially bulky. It can run Seismic Toss, so it doesn't have to worry about having to run a certain move to. Because usually with walls, they can only run one offensive move. But with Seismic Toss, it hits everything but ghost types. It gets Stealth Rocks, Toxic, and Protect. I've seen some cool like Resto, Chesto, or Rest Sleep Talk. Gets Amnesia to raise its special defense. It gets Body Slam, Curse, and Counter. Titanium Z Dynamic Punch would be kind of cool. Flash Cannon. 1 week, I promise you, I will bring Choice Banded Explosion. And it'll just destroy. After it destroys itself. Get something like Hammer Arm. But this thing isn't as offensive as I like to say it is, but it's just one of those dreams. To run fully offensive Registeel. It gets Ice Punch to hit those Landos. It gets Metal Claw. It gets Natural Gift and Power Up Punch. And Psych Up. And Rock Polish. Seriously, after looking at this move pool, I want to run offensive setup. It gets Sub, and it gets, I don't know if I said that, Stealth Rock a lot, and Toxic. This one is a great Steel type, and I was so happy to see that it was still here at round 8. See, I only had 2 picks left. I only had 14 points left, and I only picked 2 more mons. I didn't want to grab one of those like 3-tier mons, 3-point mons, because they're just not good. Next one I drafted is my boy, grab a throwing weapon, Shell Shock. I love me some Blastoise. It can do so many different things, and I can't believe it still lasted. It lasted this long. 79 HP, 83 attack, 100 defense, 85 special attack, 105 special defense, and 78 speed. So it's faster than most walls. It's a rapid spinner. It gets a lot of coverage in Scald, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, or Spear. It gets Aqua Jet, Aqua Ring. It gets Avalanche, Ice Beam, if you ever want to run Celebrate, because you know you're going to lose, then yeah. It gets Counter and Mirror Coat. EQ, Dragon Tail, and Roar to force out the opponent. If they're setting up Flash Cannon, Haze, if you also want to get rid of them. The setup, Hidden Powers. It gets Icy Wind if you want to lower speed. Muddy Water to lower target's accuracy. Outrage Power Punch. School Bash if you ever seen the Squirtle from the anime. Whirlpool, Toxic. There's so many. If you think about it, this team could just be Stall. And honestly, I don't care. It gets Workup. I can't wait to show you guys what this thing can do. I've used it so many times that it's like this is like Danzig team. I've used this I don't know how many times, how many kills it's picked up. And I love it. Next mon I drafted, and the final mon I drafted, Spiritomb. Such a great 6-point mon. It gets Infiltrator, so it can go through things substitutes, which I felt like could be a problem on this team. Not the greatest HP, 750, 92 attack, 108 defense, 92 special attack, 108 special defense, and then 35 speed. So this thing's outspeeding absolutely nothing. It's a great pursuit trapper, gets Sucker Punch, Foul Play, Shadow Sneak, Will-O-Wisp. It can be bulky or offensive. It can even be special with Calm Mind, Dark Pulse, and Snare. How do you guys say that? So this thing can run like Z Confuse Ray, which raises your speed, which does it do that? I don't remember what exactly it does. It gets Destiny Bond, so if it's about to get killed, it can use that. It gets Dream Eater for a strong psychic type move. Icy One, Hypnosis, so Hypnosis then Dream Eater, not bad. Ominous Wind. It would be cool to run Nightmare 1 week, or Natural Gift. This thing has just so many different moves that I would love to use this. I'm excited to use this. So, that's the end of my draft. Comment down below what you would rate it from 1 through 10. 1 being the worst team you've ever seen and that I should just quit Mons. And then 10 being best team you have ever seen and that you think I could go undefeated. Or very darn close. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And if you want notifications when I upload, hit the little bell in the top right corner. And videos are coming back. Now that school's almost over, I have more time to record. And you'll be start seeing daily well, not daily content right now, but once summer starts, daily content. So, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you next time. Peace.